I ran away from heartbreak. Got nothing in return for my pain. I never thought I'd be so empty, so alone and afraid.
Yellow. Hey, welcome back to some cleaning, organizing, and decluttering motivation. I'm starting off in the bedrooms and I just want to get the linens nice and changed for the new week. Happy Monday. I hope that you had a wonderful weekend. So we're starting off in our bedroom. Like I said, I'm just going to remove the linens and just get the beds nice and refreshed. And just doing it all, really. We're going to be doing some decluttering, some organizing, really decluttering in the basement. I keep the majority, like all of our holiday decor and decoration in the closet. Well, we have, it's not really a closet. It's a storage closet downstairs. And I keep a couple of other items in there as well. But I'm going to go through that entire thing and really just like pull everything out, see what I have, declutter. I have a huge, actually two big boxes that hubby put in the back of my trunk yesterday. And I really want to get that donated today. So that is something that I want to do. Also have some errands and everything else that I want to get done. But the last couple of days, I've really just been starting the new year off right. I want to go through like each individual room and really just declutter and get rid of stuff that we've just accumulated or stuff that we've had that you kind of just forget about, you know, and just declutter, purge, organize, clean. I want things to be in like, you know, I want everything to have a spot, everything have a spot and a spot for everything, if that makes sense. So I hope that this motivates you to do the same thing. Thank you so much for being here. Let's jump into the video.
Wasn't looking for a lover. Nobody understood where I've been. I guess I thought I needed more time to protect my love from potential offense. So then you came around and you but I shut it down. So you took it down and I'm not surprised by what I found, 'cause I know I needed something different and it had to be you. Out the blue, somebody who
we fell short again. My team fell short again last night when we played the Steelers for the divisional championship. And when I tell y'all, I was so freaking pissed off. Like, oh my goodness, I really do need to chill. But it's another year we fell short. Our kicker missed the winning field goal. And when I tell you, I just feel so bad for Tyler Loop. Like, he is a rookie. And as far as accuracy, I think he is, like, accuracy wise, the best kicker in the NFL, but he missed like a 35-yard field goal. And I watched the press conference and I just feel so bad for this kid. He's a rookie. And you can just tell, like, he kept swallowing his, like, the lumps in his throat that he was holding back tears. And the hate that this kid is getting is just absolutely crazy. Yes, it's upsetting that he missed the field goal, but it's a team effort. Like, it shouldn't just come down to it. I mean, it does come down to one play. It did come down to one play, unfortunately, but it's not just one player, you know. It's human error, and mistakes happen, and unfortunately, again, we didn't win. Like, the last 3 years have just been crazy. We did this in Kansas City. We did it in when we played the Bills last year, when Mark Andrews dropped the 2-point conversion when there was literally no one around him. And we lost then, and then we lost last night, by a field goal. Like, and coaching wise, like I just don't understand Harbaugh's point. We converted on a 4th and 7. We got a brand new set of downs. We had like 20 seconds, 22 seconds left. I don't understand why they didn't run the ball 1 or 2 more times to get it a little bit closer. And yes, we were well within field goal range, but it just doesn't make sense why you would waste all that time, knee the ball, and kick a field goal. Like, I don't know, y'all. I was so upset. Like, I was just so upset. And there's just been a lot of controversy, like, surrounding Lamar and his injuries. And I can't even lie. Like, I was upset too when because he got injured quite a bit this year. This is his first year that he's really like gotten injured. But this last injury that he had with his back contusion, I was just like, boy, if you don't get in there and play, like I was so upset. But I also like, I need to chill too, like, because people get hurt, I thought for sure, I was like, maybe he's going to get traded and everything, but I didn't know after last night. I know now that he actually has a no trade clause in his contract. And so Lamar has to sign off on any, like, if the Ravens even think about trading him, which I mean, I like. I am a Lamar Jackson stan. Like, I really do. I love him. I think he's a great player, but I don't know. It sucks because I don't want to say like Baltimore is wasting his prime, but I'm kind of starting to feel that way. Like, our head coach needs to go. Like, Harbaugh needs to go. Henry's getting older. He just turned 32 last night, and it's just, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm really hoping that a lot of changes happen because this is not it. Like, this is not it. But I would love to go to Baltimore to go and see a home game. Like, that is definitely one of my dreams, and it's gonna happen. It is gonna happen. I'm speaking it into existence. It is definitely gonna happen. But yeah, that's one of my dreams, is to, I don't know, maybe like for a weekend, just like fly into Baltimore and go see a home game and just have a really good time. But anyways, yeah, we lost again. I mean, better luck next year. That's really all that you can do. And I felt so bad because I forgot to pack hubby's lunch. Little man's running back and forth, y'all. So he's hopping up and down, running back and forth over here. But yeah, I forgot to pack his lunch. And so I called him this morning. I was like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. He's like, it's okay. But anyway, so I got the linens changed here, and oh my goodness, I took everything downstairs and I was like, oh my gosh, to wash it. I left a whole load in the washer last night, like a whole load. So there was still a whole, and I rewash it. Like, it smells like mildew. I don't like that. So I was just like, oh my goodness, when I opened the washer, I was like, there's a whole load left in here. But anyway, so this day, another thing too, I went to go, we needed to go and run some errands, and my car wouldn't start. So that's lovely. And I knew that it was the battery because the lights and everything in the car turned on, but the ignition, like, it wasn't starting. So I was like, okay, it's probably the battery. So I'd wait for hubby to get home, and he took the battery into, I think it was like AutoZone or something like that. They tested it. They're like, yeah, it's definitely dead. So we had to buy a new battery. He put that in, and so all is well. My car is good to go. But I did order some items from Walmart. I ordered some, y'all, end of year, like beginning of the new year, sales are legit, especially for holiday decor. Like, you can get some really, really steep sales. So I ordered some an ornament organizer and then a tree bag. This tree bag was huge. So the tree that we have this year is a 9-foot tree. I could have easily fit a 12-footer in here. Like, this bag was legit. It's huge, and it's a pretty good material. So ordered those 2 things. I also ordered a vacuum that I got on steep sale, and I don't think that comes in for like another 2 days, but still, I think this bag was like $15, like something like that. So definitely a really, really good investment. And I am super stoked that I got this. So I went through, this is the closet that I was referring to. I took everything out of here, and I am just going to see what I have, see what I can organize and declutter and condense down, and just get everything nice, organized, and neat.
I didn't seem to notice that you were checking for me. We were just friends, but we started started building trust and my fragile heart started to mend. Yeah, I should have paid attention. You would have been the obvious choice, but I needed time to see clearly, dig deep and cut through the noise. So then you came around and you let it go, but I shut it down. So you took your time and I opened up. I'm not surprised by what I found, 'cause I know I needed something different and it had to be you. Out the blue, somebody who would listen, and it had to be you. Out of all the people to require my love, couldn't be just anyone. My baby, it had to be you, you.
So this tree topper, I do want to get another tree topper because this one is glittery. This is like the only tree topper that we could find during Christmas time that match, like the LEDs match the color of the tree, but it is glittery and I absolutely cannot. Like over the last couple years, I have definitely gotten rid of all or most of the ornaments and decorations that we have that are glittery, because that glitter just sticks around for forever. Like even if you sweep it, vacuum it, it gets all over the place and it's just a nuisance, and it's not my cup of tea. So I don't buy any ornaments that are glittery. I don't buy any holiday decor that's super glittery, and I've gotten rid of most of it. But yeah, we do have that tree topper and I eventually want to get another one. But you can see here, there was so much room in this bag. Like I'm telling you, I definitely could have fit a 12-footer in here. And I did look online at a couple different companies, like Home Depot and Lowe's is a good one too for after sales, like after Christmas holiday decor, like storage and things like that. All of their tree bags that were on steep sales were sold out, but this one's perfectly fine. And I really love it because it has wheels as well. And so that is super convenient. But I got rid of this box and I was going through and, like I said, just taking everything out of the closet, working my way, like doing one area at a time. This felt so good to get done. And I don't have a lot of holiday decor, if I'm being honest. Christmas is the holiday where I really have the most decor for. And even then, like, in my opinion, it's not a lot. Like I have the tree, some ornaments, and then I do have the garland, which you will see here in a little bit. I am going to end up selling that garland because the garland is just, the rope is impossible. Like the garland's on, it's a pre-lit, pre-decorated garland, and it's on this like straw-like rope, and it's just the way that it twists and turns, like you can't, it's almost impossible to hold it, like clip it onto things, because I tried doing it on the railing last year and it was such a pain in the butt for it to be straightened. And it's just, it's gotta go. It's gotta go. When I bought it, I was like, okay, I bought it a couple years ago at Burlington and it wasn't too much. I think it was like, I don't know, $15 or something like that for a 6-foot garland, or maybe $20 at the most. And at the time I was like, okay, this is nice. But after having it a couple of years, the rope, like I said, that it is on, it's no. So I ended up taking some pictures with that and I listed it for sale. And I do have a couple people that have already messaged me. So hopefully I can just go ahead and resell that and just put a little bit more money back in my pockets. But I have the garland, I have a wreath and some string lights like for the patio, and that's pretty much it. Well, I have these this bear in here, I didn't even end up putting out last night. And then I have this little tree here, this little tree that you see in here as well. But if I can find things on clearance, that is usually when I will buy like my holiday decor. I don't buy like a whole bunch of it. And that's just like the way that I prefer to keep things. I think less is more when it comes to holiday decorations. And I do like my things to kind of match. And so I try to like stick with, you know, a theme or like a color scheme or whatever I'm going for. And then that's pretty much it. But I took everything out of here and I'm going to go through all this stuff. These boxes that are on the third shelf that you see here, we did keep several boxes from last year, well, from this year, and then I'm just going to reuse those for Christmas gifts. This LED light is this string light here. Did I give this? I think I put this in the donation box or I ended up listing that for sale too. But these are like colored rope string lights that I've had for several years that I didn't end up using last year, and I'm probably not going to use, if I'm being honest, again this year. This basket here, I thrifted this like years ago, so I'm going to try to fit everything into this basket and just keep it moving, go through all the stuff, see what I have, and just donate, declutter, and organize.
Wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally.
The silver garland, the beaded garland that I showed you, I actually taped that together a couple of years ago so that it would fit in the tree, and it looked a little ghetto, but it worked. And so I'm just like, you know what? I didn't even use that in the last couple, well, let's see. Yeah, I think couple of years. So that's going. Like if I have not used it in the last 6 months, well, I know holiday decor, it comes like once a year, but if I haven't used it in the last, you know, couple of years, it's gonna go. Like that is what I stick to, and that really is what helps me. So I had a couple of extension cords and like plugins and stuff. I went through that. And anything that I didn't need or that I had extra of, I'm going to donate. These hooks here, I think I had like 3 or 4 hooks, which is like a different color. Like the red one obviously I use for Christmas. That's all. I'm just going to keep these 2. The silver one can be like everyday use if I want to hang up a wreath or something like that, or for another holiday, maybe Valentine's Day or something. I don't have any Valentine's Day decor, but if I wanted to, I could just use that for like everyday use. So this SpongeBob bag, I have had this for years and years. This is where I keep like all of my extra tissue, my bags and everything else. I just went through this. I'm going to move this to the other bag that you see on the floor because it did have a pretty big hole in here. I'm going to toss this out, but my goal next year, I did buy some boxes this year because I needed some. I was all out. But next year, I plan on using all of this up. Like, I'm not going to buy any additional boxes, any additional tissue paper, any additional wrapping paper, none of that. I'm going to use up everything that I have. I try to keep bags from like the previous year and just like reuse it, because there's just no point in buying like fancy schmancy stuff, because you know, Christmas, you rip the paper, like you rip the paper and you throw it away is what most people do. And so there's just no point in buying like super fancy stuff. This packaging, like brown packaging roll, I've had that for years and years. I had that huge packing paper from when I used to ship boxes, when I resold on eBay. And so that is the paper that I'm going to use for everything else. Like this huge roll of red wrapping paper. I've actually bought that this year because we were all out of wrapping paper, and it's a huge one that we bought from Sam's. And then that's what I use for Christmas. And then anything else, like if I need to give birthday gifts or whatever, it's going to go in that brown packaging paper. You can still make stuff nice, using up what you got. So that is the plan. I'm not going to buy anything additional as far as packing paper, wrapping, none of that stuff. These 2 snorkeling things, those went in the trash. Hubby and I had those from when we snorkeled in Jamaica or Cancun, Mexico, one of them. We have not used that in several years. We literally used it one time that went in the trash. So I organized all the boxes and the wrapping paper, the labels and everything else in this bag. It was nice and neat. I had a huge roll of ribbon. I still have some left over. I actually used that blue ribbon for Christmas gifts this year. I have some left over. I'll use it again next year. And then this huge roll of ribbon is like unopened. I'm going to use that for gifts as well. So I have plenty in here. I'm not buying any more and I am going to stick to that. But it came out nice and organized and neat. And that is the plan.
Finally, I wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. Finally, I always daydreaming, never imagined I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground. I'm rising. I'm soaring above it. It all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I wanna be free.
We still have our old Christmas tree. That was the other box you saw me pull out. It is a 7-footer. And I know that Goodwill stops taking Christmas trees after a while. I'm pretty sure after like the holiday. When I drop off the Goodwill boxes today, I'm going to ask them if they will still, like if they're still accepting them. And if not, maybe I'll like list it for free or something like that. But, I just completely forgot about it this year because I made a mental note. We upgraded to a 9-footer. Last year, I bought our 9-foot flock tree that I put in the bag. I got that on sale after Christmas last year. I knew that I wanted a bigger tree, and so I totally forgot about the smaller one. But this is what I will say about this storage container. I do like this. I love keeping stuff like organized and neat and things like that is like my thing. I absolutely love it. I love having everything in a place and a place for everything. But here's what I will say. The bigger bulbs did not fit in here, unfortunately. So that is one thing. And another thing, I did not even think about these like cardboard pieces, like the board, you have to put them together. This was a nuisance. Like, I didn't even think about this. I know that they sell the ornament organizers where like it's already like the squares are made out of like the same material as the outer portion of the box. And so I didn't even think about it because I've never had one of these. So, that is one thing I will say, like this portion here, this was kind of like a pain in the butt to put together. And when you, like next year, when I go through this, you're going to have to collapse these to get all the ornaments out. And so that is one thing that I didn't even think about that I would probably redo if I could. And then the other box here that you see on the side, that is like all of our personal ornaments. Unfortunately, I couldn't fit those in here, but this box was pretty big and it did fit 150 ornaments. So all of like the regular ornaments, the red, yellow, red, gold, and green ones, they all fit in here. And so I was able to like get rid of some of the other storage boxes and everything else. But this box here, I just ended up the brown box that has a handle on them. I moved the personal ornaments into that box. So now I have like, that one actually has a handle. And so I'm not having to lift this regular, brown box. I'll show you here when I put it in here, but I do want to get another one of these storage containers. That's what I'm trying to say for our personal ornaments. So I think that'll just look really, really nice, but you can see here that it's nice and organized and cleaned. And so I am super happy that I went through this. So I'm moving on to some plants. My in-laws gave me some plants, and so this is one of them. This is probably like the biggest one that I got. I went through, you can see it just needed a little bit of cleaning, but I wanted to go through and just take all of the vines off of the stake here and just get rid of like the leaves that were dying and the dead leaves that like fell. I aerated the soil really well, and then I'm going to clean off the drip pan and everything else and kind of just like put this back together to the best of my ability.
I wanna be free. Finally, I had to abide. You, I'm rising. I'm soaring above it. It all. I just wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Finally.
Vines are really, really long, and I just went through here and I clipped anything that was like yellowing or soggy or anything like that. I didn't want to trim anything. I mean, a lot of the vines were a bit leggy, but that's okay. What I'm going to do is, and you can see that she is pretty bald-headed. Okay, she's a little bald-headed, but that's okay. I have plenty of plants that are bald-headed, and I prefer my plants to be really full in the center. But the trick that I do, I aerated the potting mix really well, and I stuck some extra, these are just leftover straws. They're bamboo straws. I like to keep them and use them for my plants. I stuck a couple of these in here just to wrap it a little bit more. But what I like to do is, you can see the nodes here. I'm just using some leftover bobby pins. There are stakes specifically for this, but I ran out. So use the nodes and kind of stick it into the potting mix and use a bobby pin to secure it in place and kind of cover the nodes with a little bit of the potting mix. You can see there's so many nodes all throughout the plant. I did that several times and wrapped it in the center of the plant and use the bobby pins to kind of keep it in place, being gentle, and that will really help the nodes grow. Y'all, Rex is right here snoring. Grow, stems into the potting mix so that it can hopefully be fuller. You know, the center will become fuller. So I did that, and that did take me quite a bit of time. These are just the drip trays. It came with several drip trays and then these rocks. I came out here and soaked them in some hot soapy water and let them soak for about an hour. And I did scrub these really well with the scrub brush. You can see just it looks a little bit better. I put the pebbles back on here, and I let this sit in the living room in some sun for, I'm going to let this sit and acclimate to my environment for a couple of days before I vine this up the wall. I do think I'm going to vine this up the wall in the living room or in the front room, the plant room, which I think will look really, really nice. So I also got this Brazil, and y'all, the vines just kept snapping on here. I was being so gentle, and it just kept snapping. I did propagate these in some water, and so I have a whole, you can just make a whole nother plant. But you can see here, I didn't even know that this vine just completely snapped. I was like, oh my goodness. So she's a little bald-headed here on the top as well. So I just did the same method here. I wrapped it around using some bobby pins, and hopefully this will just help the center grow a lot fuller and just make the plant look a lot fuller in general.
How was I to know you changed my mind? How was I to know? Oh. How was I to know you feel so right? How was I to know? I didn't see it coming in a million years. Now you got me wishing we could be clearer. Yeah. How was I to know that I'd need titles to define us? Oh, I put it all on the line. I wasn't trying to waste my time. So I don't wanna cut the ties. We started building situations situation's getting crazy. You want me to be exclusive, then prove it, baby. Cause now you got me in a situationship. Thing really need a new thing. Hey, no situationship. Great if I'm so amazing.
Here is how the plants turned out. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this video brought you some good motivation to get things done around your space, and I will definitely see you soon.